Hello YouTube friends, welcome to the Red Parrot channel. I'm your host, Mary Ellen. This is an episode of Craft with Me where I am working on the random number generated coffee journal. I am working on making beads for the exposed spine, and I am doing fabric beads. Pardon me. I have a cup of hibiscus and something or other tea. Purchased in part because apparently hibiscus is a fun dye material that could change paper color. So I am opening the box and at least having some of the tea. Let us have a tour of what I've got going on here, and then maybe we can make some things. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll be right back. Heavens to Murgatroyd. Haven't even started yet and already I'm getting up. So I needed to get my my fabric glue and need to sort of prime it because I don't have a lot left. And so we'll sort of put it on its side and let it drip and move. So this is some paper that I've got for backing and whatnot. Has nothing to do with the beads, but it happened to be on my table. Cleaned up on aisle 5, I think. So we need this. We need these. We don't need that. Don't need these for the moment. Oops, gonna make a mess. There we are. We need some of this. We might need that. Don't need a bone folder, I don't think. Put that over there. Need the scissors. Need the ruler. So I got scissors. I got my my ruler. I have some more fabric that we'll get into. Got leaves. These are fake artificial leaves. I want to try something with that. I've got my colors. I also have a Bino stuff, which is outside wrapping. Oh yes, and so now we're getting into the meat and potatoes. We've got these little bits, which are important. We have little stacks of what we can wrap. I get these strips, and I will describe what I've got going on here. I should have done this cleanup beforehand, but as ever, over umptious bumptious. Now, please don't let me throw any of the scraps into my tea. Because that would be kind of awful. Okay, here we are. That's our little card. Look at that. It's practically cleaned up. Oh, thread. And then some of this and some of this. So let us do a tour of what we have. So I have glue 1, which is paper glue. I have glue 2, which is fabric glue. Put those aside. I have my straight edge box cutter to be able to cut the paper. I have my rotary blade to be able to cut fabric, or I will tear it. So we've got those two, and then also scissors. This is just scrap envelopes that are cut into about inch wide, inch long strips, and they are about 3/4 of an inch wide. So I'll show you what I'm doing with those. These strips are about 4 inches long, and they're kind of anywhere between 3/4 of an inch to an inch wide. So we've got a nice little pile of those. Put those aside. I've got a little bit more fabric that I want to cut up and make into beads. Then we have, what should we call this? The spiked caterpillar. This is a, what is this? It is a foam tube that I have cut on the long ways and then glued together. And then these are, what do they call them? Toothpicks. I've seen other channels call it something else, like hors d'oeuvre sticks or whatever. There's another name for them. And this is to be able to put these beads on to let them dry. All of these have been made and dried, so we can just sort of tip them over. Get rid of that. So we've got these, and these are blanks, I would call them for now. So these don't have any other decoration on them other than just having the interest of the fabric, and it's got a decent sized. Let me stand up so I can see what you're seeing. So it has a decent size hole that would be really easy for a needle to go through, and a whole bunch of different colors. There's a brown one, and also different sizes. That's linen. That's a straight brown one. There's a different red. And I have there. So those are the beads. And what I want to do next is trim them with some pretty fiber. So just do some random wrapping around. I did random wrapping around of this one, but you can't tell. Can you? Again, I'm going to stand up and see if you can see it. So you can sort of see that there is yarn that I used some of my thrummed yarn to wrap it. And it was because I did that because it was coming apart and it wouldn't stay together, but that seems to have cured it. Other thing I have is a like a barbecue skewer. So let's get after it. So I'll show you two things. I'll show you how I do the core bead, so how I make this unembellished, and then we can try and see how embellishments go. So we've got two little projects for tonight. My baseball team, the Toronto Blue Jays, are on the West Coast, so the game doesn't start until 9. So I have loads of time between now and 9 p.m. to get up to no good. So let's put this aside. So I want to do these because I don't have that color, and I think the edges are going to be quite interesting. So step 1 is, this is 3/4 of an inch wide. This is about an inch long. And what I'm going to do is I am going to glue that down to one end. The reason why we do that is because you want in the center, or it is greatly desired to have the inside of the bead with some stability. So if you had fabric that was all turned up when you're pulling it off the skewer, it might not be as clean, and when you put a needle through it, you might catch it, it might collapse on itself, and this just provides just a tremendous amount of literally structural stability. So we'll glue a few of these on. And I need, of course, a little bit of paper. And that's what I'm going to get, is a little bit. There. Oops, I'm going to get that open. There we are. And it's just really easy to just pop it on, just like that. We'll do a few. We'll do sort of in the spirit of mass making, we'll do a bunch, and then we'll do some gluing and wrapping. The gluing and wrapping is also quite a thing because I get super gluey. And by super gluey, I mean super gluey. I am not a particularly clean, I suppose, Clean as in neat. There we are. So that's those. I might as well do them all. And I'm just lining this up against my mat here. Oops. Do I have this green? I don't think I have this green. Missed a lot. So far of this journal, all I've done is make fun things. In the background, however, I have been looking at paper and thinking what might be nice and thinking about themes, so that's progressing. There, there's another one. Don't have this necessarily. There we are. I've glued some way and some the other way. I don't know that I have any sense or logic to it, though I think what I ought to be doing is putting them sort of stem to stern, edge to edge. But I'm not entirely sure that precision is all that important. There we are. Okay, so we've got that. Oh, wait. I want to try anyways. So this is an iron version of this. I tried rolling one of these, and maybe that's what this was. Yeah, it didn't go well. So you need to iron it. And I need, pardon me, my rotary cutter. And I'm going to do about 1 inch. Here we are. I'm just going to do one. Flip that over, and I just don't want the end, because I think it's going to be trouble, quite honestly. Here we are. There's that bit. And I have 2 pieces of sari silk, also ironed. Lots of static in that. And I also have, this is an iron version of some of this, which I like the green of. Do this side. Oops. Where's the edge? There's the edge. Good enough. Okay, so we've got that. Now we need 1, 2, 3, 4 ends. 4 more ends. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. There is no reason for me to have the white facing down and the green facing up, except, why not? Nope. So I've seen people, others, make these kind of beads, and sometimes what they do is they taper the end. So imagine this is our piece of fabric. They might do something like that, so that when you get to the end, you have that sort of tapering off, and it makes the edge non-flat like this is, and also may help with basically sealing it. What am I doing? Okay, I got rid of that. And I need a bit. Here. I made a bunch of beads for the Apple journal as well. And I have a little bowl of them. Not really a bowl, a container. This container here. And I feel like having a supply of these is something that I would enjoy having. So I think I need four for each signature. So I only need 8 beads. I've already overdone it here, but that's okay. Like I say, there's, I am a goblin for several things, one of which is beads. Okay, so we've got that done. Get this all out of the way. I should probably just put this sheet down, or at least half a sheet, because it does tend to get a little goopy. There we are. Okay, so get these out of the way. That's out of the way. Now then, pull this up. Got the glue. So this is a barbecue or kebab skewer. Pardon me, that took a while to swallow. So I'm not going to use the glue yet, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So a couple of things. The skewer is this long. Super idea not to put this in the middle. Put it close to the end so that you don't have the distance or that much distance to slip it off. Once or before you get going, you can just catch and roll. And then what you're going to do then is just roll the whole thing. I did that without glue, just so you could see what I was going to do before I got all gluey. So where I start gluing is I get this sort of first thing started. So I get one kind of round. Then I make sure that there is a chunk of glue here so that it doesn't undo from the inside, and then try and sort of get it evenly glued all the way down, and then roll, get it all the way to the end, and then we'll pop it on that. Easy peasy, lemon kind of squeezy. And already I'm gluey. How does it happen so quickly? You know what, so I'm gonna be right back. I know what I need. Ha ha ha. So, gluing help. This is an old dish towel that I clearly am using for painting and other art purposes. I have dampened it so it is wet, and I'm just going to put it to the side here, and maybe this will help with my gluing issues, or at least my sticky hands issues. And I also have a paper towel set to the side. Okay, so let's get started. I'll start by peeling off some of yesterday's threads. There we are. And you can see how the paper has helped tremendously with the fabric doing a turn. Is that it yet? Nope, there we are. Okay, I'm going to be right back. Third time's the charm. I have been using my fingers this whole time. So what I have is, this is the silicone spreader that's way too matted. And I also have a palette knife, because yesterday that was going to be all my finger. And then it just sort of rolls up, and then another little dabby dab. There we are. And you got a bead. And so we put it on the spiked caterpillar for drawing. Aha, there we are. Look at that. That works a treat. We have improved this process 100-fold just by me talking to you. Okay, this is very thin. Ooh, that's a lot. Oops. Oh, this doesn't want to roll. Okay, we get down to the edge. This is just transparent. I guess this is not going to want to stick. Nope. So we are just going to take it off. We're going to move on. And whatever wants to stick will stick. And then when we wrap it, come on, come here. It'll be better. So this is fabric. Oh, let's do the silk. And then we'll work on the fabric. Silk is just so much happier. And here you can see I have an uneven end. And that may help with the, yeah, helps with the sticking. Come here. Oh, I just love the rolling of this. It's just such a fun activity. Here. Where are the brown ones? I need those. Oh, did we just knock over the caterpillar? Here we are. Oh, I knocked it over again. There is a way that you can get these beads to not be even thickness all the way along the bead. You can get it so that the bead, I need a pencil or a pen. Oh, I'm gonna reach over here. So you can get bead. So I'm making beads that look like that. Everything is the same width. You can also get beads that have that shape to them. And the way you do that is by, instead of making a rectangle of the fabric, you make a long triangle. And you roll from fat end to thin end. There we are. I needed something. Counterbalance. That's fun fuzz on the end of that one. I like that. This is entirely possible going to be an hour video. We're already 27 minutes in. We've hardly started. This brown edge is very, very textured, and that's super fun. Fabric likes this so much more than, or at least cotton fabric likes this so much more than the silks and the very thin acetates. So that's good to know. And I don't have any of this green. So I'm gonna put these aside. We don't need to do them all. But I would like a green. There we are. I have had this fabric glue so long that when I went to the store today to get it another bottle, because this is, I'm going through it like nobody's business at the moment. I couldn't get it. So luckily I bought this bottle and bought what I thought was as close an approximation as possible. So hopefully our replacement works as well. But this is beautifully high test stuff. It is called Eileen's Okay to Wash It. And I think Eileen is a Michaels house brand. And in a second, I will show you what I've replaced it with. Oh, that one turned out so good. That's so pretty. Here. Let's go correct it the same. Oops, come on, you can do it. You can do it. This might have the same kind of nice edging to it. Yep. Look at that. Okay, so let's call that done for the new ones, and let's have a consideration of what we do with the other ones. Oh, I love having that rag there. Boy, does that make a difference. But before I do that, here is my, so Aleene's fabric solution is what I bought, and Aleene's okay to wash it is what I had. Permanent fabric adhesive, this is for a permanent fabric bond. And I can't even begin to tell you how old that one is. But it is old. Well, let's put the cap on for a bit, so we can look at what we have and think about things. So let's take a bead, any bead, a red, a green, and a brown. I'll do this brown. Okay, so practically done. What I want to do, here's the theory, is maybe wrap this around. And how do I want to wrap it around? I think in my head, okay, let's get a foot. Where did I put my scissors? Here they are. So I'm cutting it down a bit so that I'm not so overwhelmed by the amount of stuff I have. See if this one pulls apart. We'll call our earlier difficulties. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. So in my head, the way this would work is I would be able to glue it down, wrap it up, and then glue the end again. Maybe, I don't know. Wah! Oops. This is why I have to clean my mat after every project. Come on. Here we are. Now I am going to get really gummy quickly, I think. So I'm sort of starting in the middle. Why am I starting in the middle? I'm starting in the middle so that I can wrap the end. Okay. Just cutting that off. Now, see how much it springs open. It springs open a lot. What have I seen other people do? So one of the problems is this is metallic. And metallic doesn't like anything. It doesn't like to be sewn. It doesn't like to be glued. It has just issues. And I also have like a bazillion ply of that. So let's put that one aside. And yeah, it's already unfolding. So let's do this ridiculous one, which is super thin. This should at least have a little bit better of a time with the sticking. I'm going to guess. Where's the end? This stuff is treacherous. There we are. Don't undo. Here we are. Okay, now that took much better because I think of the thinness. It was thin enough. So suddenly I'm back liking this stupid stuff. Okay, there we are. Okay. Oops. Okay, you're stuck. Come on, you can do it. Stay. You silly thing. Nope, it does not want to stick. Well, you're going to be good enough, and then we'll trim it after you've all glued. There we are. Okay. So now what do we want to do? I need something different. So I'm going to stop using this metallic stuff because it's making me kind of bananas. Let us try some of this, which is my thrummed ends. And let's pick a nice part, which is this brown part. There we are. And wrap it around here. Sure, why not? Nope. Dark. Nope. The light. Nope. How about this? Or the green. That green is the color. So this is a version of this, and the end, you can see the end here did not stick very well. So that's one of the repair jobs that we have to do, along with just putting this yarn on. And again, I'm starting in the middle, going out, and then sort of wrapping the yarn, so I only have one real end to worry about. Yarn, no issues. Oops. No issues at all. And I'm gonna guess, I've got some embroidery thread here. I've got some embroidery thread. I'm gonna guess that that also will have no issues. Well, let's try a bit. Why not? Oh dear. Oh dear. So this hand is all gluey. Even if I work on my rag, yeah, this is a bit of a mess, but you know what? Fine, whatever. Anybody who is an expert embroiderer, just please ignore that. Put that on there. Put it on the red. Oops. Yes, the pure red one. The pure red or the pure brown? Let's do it on the brown. There we are. And I am deliberately not going all the way down. I'm just gonna do it on one edge. Oh, I know what I should try. Ah, well, that's a lot. And let's, I'm just doing it on the one end just to create some variety. Oops. That's a scrap. That's purple. Need something other than that brown thread. Yeah, but we'll try it. And then we're just going to do this because that's a terrible mess. And it doesn't help that I have sticky fingers. Sorry. Oh, don't follow me. I'm lost too. Oh, I am so silly sometimes. I could have done a whole lot of preparation before I got started with this. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we've got purple. And we've got this. Maybe. The end is somewhere. There we are. I should spin some of this. Bet you that would get it more stable. Well, let's do this one because this one will show up better. Oh, nope. There we are. So, working theory of this is that the metallic thread should somehow be trained if it has some decent thread. Not bad. But I do need a twist in it. Maybe that's what I'll try tonight. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think I cut them all. It never ceases to amaze me how clean some people work. You know, like there's nothing else on their desk. It's just like, here's the one thing, and you're going to see that in its entirety, and it's going to be beautiful, and it's all going to work out. I do not have that reality. I have chaos and glue and bits of everything everywhere. And I think that might be a reflection on me as a crafter or a maker. Or I just don't need to worry about it. So how many do I have? Let's have a look at this one then. So we've got some of it. All right. Getting a little stickier. There we are. I've seen people also use wire as the way of keeping all of this wrapped. So instead of wrapping with thread, they wrap with a wire. Wire also has the benefit of being able to be beaded. I suppose you could do this, but I'm not gonna add beads to this chaos at the moment until I get some, I won't even say mastery, but control, predictability for what I'm doing here. And I'm just going back to the pieces that had the ends unfurl and giving them another glue, that thick. The thin stuff will go back, but this, I'm afraid, is just very unhappy. I suppose if I just held it, but I mean, you know, holding something like this is, I need to get on with my life, if you know what I mean. Here, just stay. So I am going to stop there because I have, I think, enough. And I also don't have some of the right colors here. And that's okay. I think you have a general sense of what I am doing. So if you want to try it yourself, you are, you would at least know what not to do. I might do a little bit more off camera. Like I say, there is a West Coast baseball game, so I may have some further time to faff around with my journal. So we'll see where I am when we next meet up. Should be in the next day or two. As always, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate you liking, commenting, and following. And we'll see you soon. Bye now.